More things I wish I'd have known before I got into the live event production business. Yeah, this is a hard pill here to swallow today, and that is, when guys see this kind of content over the last couple of days, they're like, "Oh, but JR, I'm not trying to be, Claire Brothers, or I'm not trying to be a pro touring company. I'm just trying to have a nice little system to do a little bit of corporate stuff and some weddings and club level stuff. I'm not trying to be all those things that you are." Really? Well, that's where I started out too. No one has fought more feverishly to stay small than I have. I have walked away from business opportunities. I have walked away from big dollar purchases that would elevate me to a different level, that it just requires more and more staff, and then there's more liability. All the costs of everything go through the roof, and they're like, "Yeah, but man, there's so much more money on that upper level." And it's like, is there really? I'm good friends with some guys that run some pro touring companies, and yeah, the numbers they're taking in is crazy, but the numbers they're putting out is just as crazy. So for me, it's always about quality of life. What is my quality of life? How much time do I have to spend with my family? How much am I enjoying what I do? Because the whole reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to go dig a ditch for a living, or get stuck in a cubicle somewhere in an office building with a bunch of people who want to be in my business all the time. It's like, there are advantages to working for yourself, but the struggle is so much harder than I ever thought it would be. I had this romantic idea of, years and years ago when I got into this business, that, once I just became the best sound engineer, or the most competent or consistent or reliable sound engineer, that everything would just kind of work itself out. The phone would ring and it would all be cool. And I'd be able to basically write my own paycheck from week to week. There's some weeks I can do that. There's a lot of weeks where I can't, and then when you want to start talking about the slow season in the winter months, come talk to me in January, February, and March, when, we're sitting here like cooking at home because we don't want to waste money going to eat out, because the winter season can be a little slim sometimes, I try to be a smart businessman and save my nickels and dimes during the summer to help us get through winter. So I'm not starving or anything. I mean, look at me. I'm not missing any meals, but it's still a struggle, and I just did not know that. I just had this romantic concept in my mind that at some point that would just get better and I'd be able to stay small. But the more successful you are, the bigger you get.